The mid-March sun rose over the Redstone plains, casting a golden glow across the 200-acre Texas ranch, the lake shimmering in the distance, its surface rippling gently. Wildflowers along the pasture's edge blooming in vibrant yellows and purples, their delicate forms swaying in the breeze, ancient oaks standing tall, their gnarled branches heavy with history. The air rich with the scent of cedar and fresh hay, cattle lowing softly in the fields, blending with the hum of preparations for the Redstone Rodeo revival. John Parker, 54, stood by the corral, his Stetson shading his eyes, watching Esperanza trot under Ethan's careful guidance, the red barn and snare shed glowing in the sunlight. The burn scar on his forearm a quiet reminder of battles fought, the wildflowers enduring despite the storms that had come before. The rodeo revival was Redstone's answer to the RDC's overreach, a festival to reclaim their cowboy roots after Karen Blake's defeat in episode 60, the community rallying under Bill Carter's leadership to celebrate their heritage with roping contests, barrel racing, and a cattle drive reenactment. John taking a leading role at the mayor's request. "You stood up for Redstone, John. You're the heart of this," Clara had said, John agreeing, seeing it as a chance to honor his father's legacy and show Ethan the strength of their traditions. The lake glowing gold in the distance, its calm a testament to the unity unfolding. The wildflowers along the corral trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Ethan, now 14, ran up, his face alight. "Grandpa, the arena's almost ready. Everyone's talking about the rodeo." John ruffling his hair. "Good. It's time Redstone remembered who we are, their bond stronger than ever, forged through recent victories." The wildflowers near the house blooming anew, their colors vibrant in the Texas sun, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The town square buzzed with activity. Colorful banners flapping in the breeze, stalls offering smoked brisket, lemonade, and handmade leather goods, a fiddler tune weaving through the air, children darting between hay bales, their faces painted with stars and lassos, John overseeing the main arena setup, Frank Hensley testing the roping posts, his pistol gleaming on his hip, Mary Ellen organizing the food stalls, her laughter ringing, Sarah Bennett arranging wildflower bouquets at her booth, her auburn hair catching the sunlight, her smile warm as she waved at John. Their connection growing since the Harvest Festival, the lake shimmering faintly, its surface a mirror of the community's spirit, the wildflowers along the stalls trembling in the breeze. The plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. But beneath the joy, tension lingered. Matt had tracked Victor, Grayson's new man, in town since the spring festival. Spotted watching the ranch, the glint on the ridge a constant shadow, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The rodeo opened with Clara on the stage, her voice carrying, "Welcome to the Redstone Rodeo Revival, where we honor our cowboy heritage." Cheers erupting. Today, we celebrate grit, heart, and tradition, led by none other than John Parker. The crowd roaring. Ethan beaming beside John, who tipped his hat. "This is for Redstone, for our roots." The event's kicking off, barrel racing drawing gasps as riders flew around the course, Frank taking first in roping, his lasso a blur, kids competing in a calf scramble, their laughter echoing, John preparing for the cattle drive reenactment, a symbolic ride through town with a small herd. But as the day progressed, a new figure emerged. Victor, a tall, lean man with a cold stare, Grayson's enforcer, entering the arena unannounced, the lake glowing gold in the distance. It's come a stark contrast to the challenge brewing, the wildflowers along the arena trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Victor, dressed in black, his boots polished, approached John, his voice low. "Heard you're the man to beat. Parker." Grayson sends his regards, John's jaw tightening. "What do you want, Victor?" The man smirking. "A challenge, your cattle drive against mine. Let's see if Redstone's traditions hold up." The crowd murmuring, Ethan looking to John. "Grandpa, he's trying to ruin the rodeo." John steady. "He can try. We'll show him what Redstone's made of." Clara, overhearing, stepping in. "A challenge, then 2 teams, 10 head each, drive them from the arena to the north pasture. First to finish wins." Victor nodding. "Let's make it interesting. Loser leaves the rodeo." John meeting his gaze. "Deal." The wildflowers along the arena trembling in the breeze. the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The challenge set for late afternoon, the Parkers rallied, Frank, Tom, and Jake joining John's team, Ethan eager to help. "I can ride with you, Grandpa." John shaking his head. "You'll watch from the stands, safer that way." Ethan disappointed but nodding, Mary Ellen and Sarah preparing water and supplies. The tension rising as Victor assembled his team, hired hands with sharp eyes and fast horses, clearly experienced, Matt whispering to John. "Victor's got a history. Ranches he's worked for tend to sell cheap after accidents." John's eyes narrowing, Grayson's playing dirty. "We'll be ready," the lake shimmering faintly. It's calm, a beacon of the fight ahead, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Carlos Jimenez, John's old rival turned ally, approached, limping over. "Parker, heard about this challenge. Victor's trouble, likes to spook herds. Watch your flanks." John nodding, "Appreciate it." Carlos, the older man grinning. "Don't let him make me regret betting on you again." The wildflowers along the pasture trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The cattle drive began under a blazing sun, the crowd lining the route. John on Esperanza, leading his team with steady commands, the herd moving smoothly, Frank on the left. Tom and Jake on the right, keeping the cattle tight. Victor's team starting strong, their horses fast, but their approach aggressive, shouting and whipping to push the herd. John noticing Victor's men veering close, trying to spook his cattle. "Stay sharp," he called to Frank, who nodded, lasso ready, the first mile smooth for John's team. Their years of working together showing, but as they neared a narrow pass, Victor's men made their move, one rider galloping too close, yelling, startling John's herd, two steers breaking off. The crowd gasping, Ethan shouting from the stands, "Grandpa, they're cheating." The lake glowing gold in the distance, its calm a testament to the challenge unfolding, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. John stayed calm, signaling Tom to circle back for the strays, Frank closing the gap, their teamwork seamless, Victor's team pulling ahead. But their herd growing restless from the harsh handling, John guiding Esperanza with a steady hand, her ears pricked, sensing his intent, the bond between them unbreakable. As they approached the final stretch, Victor's herd began to scatter, his men struggling to regain control, John's team closing in, the strays recovered, the herd tight. The crowd cheering as John's team overtook Victor's, driving their cattle into the north pasture first, dust settling as they secured the gate, Victor's team trailing, their herd in disarray. The wildflowers along the pasture trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Victor dismounted, his face a mask of fury. "You got lucky." "Parker," John steady, "luck had nothing to do with it. Teamwork and heart did." The crowd erupting, Clara announcing John's victory, Redstone's traditions stand tall. Victor glaring. "This isn't over." Grayson doesn't forget, walking off, his threat lingering, Ethan running to John. "You did it, Grandpa." Hugging him tight, Mary Ellen and Sarah joining. Sarah's hand brushing John's, "You were incredible," her smile warm, John feeling the connection deepen. "Couldn't have done it without all of you." The lake glowing silver in the dusk. Its calm a testament to the triumph achieved, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. As the sun set, the rodeo closed with a bonfire, the community gathered, sharing stories. The fiddler playing a slow tune, John sitting with Sarah on a hay bale, Ethan sketching nearby. "Today was something special," Sarah said softly, John nodding. "It's what Redstone's about, standing together." Sarah leaning closer, "You make it worth standing for." Their hands touching, a quiet moment of connection, the crew gathering later, coffee steaming. Frank saying, "Victor's gone, but he'll be back." "Grayson's not done," Matt adding. "Found more on Grayson's network. He's buying land nearby." Tom by the window. "Ridge is active. 2 riders tonight." The lake glowing silver as night deepened, the plains stretching wide, wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil, the rodeo of victory. But the shadow on the horizon, a promise of battles yet to come.